Hey, okay, this is gonna be a serious video. I have been following this story on a TikToker. I don't have TikTok. I don't have anything to do with that site, but apparently this TikToker has been grooming one of her fans and is trying to be in complete denial of it. And because now that she's caught, she doesn't like having those words associated with her. I've seen it a dozen times. You're caught, okay? You have to wear the title now. That's just how it works. But here's the issue that a lot of influencers and what have you, these drama channels and everyone else have. If it were a man, this person would have been canceled and removed. They would have been taken to court, throw away the key. She's not. There isn't even a slap on the wrist. And and I had to look back because I knew this movie existed. I knew it existed. So it does. Just society decided to hide it away because they weren't ready for it. I think we're ready for it because it keeps happening. You're making this okay. Okay. It's not okay. When movies like this were made in 1993 and you shove them aside, okay. In 1993, there was a movie, Mel Gibson starred in it, and it was based off of a book that was written in 1972. I don't have my laptop here, so I can't look all of it up, but I will, of course, put everything in the description for you. I don't remember the author's name. The title of the film is The Man Without a Face. It is set in the 60s. This young boy is in a pretty much a broken family, and they move to a small town, and he leaves the house a lot and goes all over the place. Well, this is how he finds this recluse, and who is basically forgotten by the rest of the town. And he goes to visit this gentleman quite a bit and starts hiding the fact that he visits this gentleman. And at first his parents know that he's doing it, and then he's going to see this guy quite a bit and starts hiding the fact that he's going. And this gentleman is disfigured because of an accident and everything. Well, the mom starts hearing more about this gentleman. He was a teacher before the accident. One of his students was with him when the accident happened, and there was a lot of controversy surrounding him and the student. And the mom starts having a lot of concern. The recluse is taken, the ex-teacher is then taken into custody for the safety of this boy because he is, of course, a minor. And that brings up all of this, the accident again and all of the stuff that happened before with the student that died and everything else. And so I'm sure I don't have to say what the whole thing was that happened between he and the student. And then they're trying to say that it happened with the young man and with this boy. And so in 1993, the only thing that they could say that was good was that Mel Gibson's performance was brilliant. That was it. And then they tried to hide it. And not long after that, the teacher in Seattle was caught grooming her student. A 30-year-old grooming a 13-year-old. And it's been happening ever since. I remember when I was in high school and there was an English teacher, even before I started high school, he was doing that. He'd be dating his students all the time. And he finally got fired. See, 6 years after I graduated, my brother went to the school and he was still doing it. He was still there. So, and it shouldn't be an everyday thing where these teachers get caught with their students. I mean, and the stories that I see are not just men, it's men and women. Because there have been a lot, and it's always the same thing. I know what I did was wrong. Then, if you knew it was wrong, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. Simple as that. Because you not only ruined your life, but you ruined the child's life too. You ruined them, yeah. So, yeah, there was that movie, and society decided to. The only other time that they brought it up was, I don't know who it was, but there was like this radio commentator who decided that when Mel Gibson was in The Patriot, this radio whoever decided to say that that movie, Man Without a Face, was based off of Mel Gibson's real life. It's not. Because they then tried to do it again when Passions of the Christ, which Mel Gibson directed, they tried to do that again. It's based off of a 1972 book. The author had no association with Mel Gibson. Now, I don't know if it's based off of actual events. That's possible. Again, I don't have my laptop here. I will put everything in the description for you and everything. But, and the excuse that, well, this has been happening for a long time. Make it stop. It should end here. Don't make excuses for it. Quit it. The moment your mouth opens up and tries to spout out an excuse, stifle yourself, as Archie Bunker says. That's the problem, is everybody wants to make an excuse. Society tried to hide something, hide this movie, because, oh, well, no, that's just too graphic. Well, I saw it. I saw it in middle school. My mother rented it. I mean, yeah, you could still buy it, but as for actually promoting it and everything as one of, yeah. Oh my gosh. Why is this still happening? And why is it that there's like this whole protection thing for people who do this? Why? Well, I was in a dark place. That sounds like a distraction to me. You know, I was so deeply depressed and everything and suicidal at the same time, but I got my shit together. You should too. And for as many times as I've been hearing that lately from these kids, I don't believe they were. I think they're just trying to get sympathy, and it's just a big ass distraction. They've been caught, and now they're grasping at straws to get the heat off. This is infuriating. The fact that there's this whole thing of protecting people who are performing illegal activity, and one as so severe as grooming. That's sick. That's absolutely sick. Now, if you have never seen The Man Without a Face, I highly recommend you watch it. Even if you're not a fan of Mel Gibson, because I know about all that, but I highly recommend you watch it. There is a huge difference between, because I don't want to go too far on this, there is a huge difference between the book and the movie. If you remember what I said about the Sheik, because the Sheik had a rape scene, and of course, with censors being what they were back in the 20s, they took that out. And but yeah, there's a lot of differences from all that, and so, but anyway, yeah, if you've never seen the movie, I highly recommend you do. But with it being pretty much discarded by Hollywood, I don't know how hard it'll be to find. So, but this needs to stop. This whole thing of protecting people who do this grooming, has to quit.